mistake. Now with the spinning back kick, first of all, you should never, ever make it a base to take steps before you throw a kick. Ever. Not with the spin kick, not with the roundhouse kick, unless you're kickboxing and you're setting up punches. Let me repeat that, okay? When you're throwing basic kicks, it doesn't matter what kick it is, a front kick, a roundhouse kick, a side kick, a hook kick, a spin kick. You should be able to throw all your kicks from your normal standing position, from here, without telegraphing it, without moving your arms around, without taking a step this way, without taking a step that way. This is the way all your basic kicks should be. You should be able to pull them off all from here, on both sides if possible, and on southpaw from both sides if possible. Okay? That's the first basic thing that he already is doing very, very, very wrong. Okay? Which is something that a lot of people do wrong, is they throw a spinning back kick and they call it that, but it's actually a spinning side kick. And he even gave in this video an example of a UFC fighter doing it. And I keep seeing people doing that. That UFC fighter, I forget his name, that throws it in the UFC. And most fighters that throw it effectively are not throwing it the way Joe Rogan does it. They're not throwing it the way Michael J. White does it. And they're not throwing it the way this Granstevens kid is doing it, okay? I made a whole video on this. I will link that one at the end. But I will just explain it to you guys, all right? Now watch. Watch my hips, okay? It's all in the hips also. So, from fighting stance position. And I've knocked people out like this. I got many videos KOing people like this. You guys will see that in that last video that I just told you guys about. So, you should never first step this way. Ever. That's first of all. And you should never be using your hands to move your body around to create momentum. Better yet, when real masters see students moving their hands to create momentum with spinning techniques, what we do a lot of times, even with roundhouse kicks, what we do a lot of times is we make them train with their hands behind their back. That way they learn how to do it without using their arms for momentum. So now, I'm gonna really school you, Granstevens, from here, without telegraphing, all right? He says you gotta spin, step here, spin, and then move your head this way, while looking the entire time that way, as long as you can, and then when you can't look anymore, then you turn this way, then you look, then you kick. By then I already kicked you like 2-3 times with this kick, dude. Like, that's way too slow, and I already kicked the leg away from you, and I already know your kick is coming. That's like horrible advice. So he's doing this and simultaneously keeping the eyes there. Now I'll tell you guys a secret. With old school Taekwondo, that's how they used to do it. They kick like this, and they never used to even look this way. They would just throw the kick and keep looking in that direction. That completely changed decades ago, bro. All right? So the first thing you want to do is never step with this foot. Don't use your arms. So I'm going to put my arms behind my back. The first thing you do is you want to take off with the back leg first. With the kicking leg. You don't take off with the front leg. You take off with the kicking leg from the ground. From here. From here you take off. From here. Okay? As soon as you take off with the kicking leg, you bring your head this way. You turn your back towards the target. This is why it's called a spinning back kick and not a spinning side kick. Because your back is supposed to be facing your opponent the entire time. This means it comes back this way too. So, here it comes, alright? First thing you want to do is take off with the back leg, move your head this way, and you want to spin your head right away, as fast as you can in that direction. Like, it should feel like a fraction of a second, the amount of time I go from seeing you guys here to watch. Watch my eyes. I'm going to take my glasses off. Watch my eyes to when I'm here. I'm already looking before I throw the kick. So that should be done as quickly as possible without throwing steps first and without creating momentum with your body. That is just going to get you knocked out. If I ever fight this kid, I'll knock him out in like 20 seconds, guys. He's got so many flaws in his kicks and he doesn't even realize it. I can see the lack of training, teaching, lack of experience, lack of sparring, lack of tournaments, lack of fighting. Anyway, so from here, you take off with the back leg, you look, you spin, and then you kick this way and bring it back. Now watch one thing, guys, okay? The knee. He'll be bringing his knee all the way up here to throw this kick, and then he's saying to come back here, which is just stupid. You're leaving your entire nuts open. You're leaving this whole part open. Even if you're doing a karate tournament or a taekwondo tournament, if someone throws a kick, like a middle kick, and your stupid ass is bringing your leg up that high, you're getting a kick to the balls. It's just not very practical. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing is less power. Just think about it. How do you jump? How do you stomp? How do you stomp something? The spinning back kick is like a stomp, or like a spinning, or like the way a horse kicks. A lot of styles call it a spinning back horse kick for a reason. Because a horse walks this way and it kicks back that way. That's exactly the way you guys want to position your body. So you're here, you can even bait it like Mayweather, put your head up front or stand here, doesn't matter. Don't use your arms. You take off with the back leg again, take off with the back leg, and you turn and you look immediately. And then you look to the side of your eye, okay? Now, next thing, your foot and your knee should be pointing down, 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 down. And then here you hit the liver. And if the opponent comes closer to you, you're gonna kick him in the legs or the knee or whatever. But if your leg is all the way up here and you're taking all that time to spin your hips around, if you come too close, you're gonna miss. All right? And then you might get kicked there. You're probably not gonna land it. You're not gonna land it going from up to down in the liver like you should. Like you would with boxing with the left hook to the liver. You know, you drop your hand, boom, you come here. Look at my arm, how it is, right? Right here, like in the L position. Now look at the kick. From here, I turn, look at my leg, look at my arm. It's basically in the same position. It's almost the same thing. So you guys want to bring your leg around like you would a hook to the liver. Most of the time, you don't even need to push all the way through with it, okay? And that BS that Joe Rogan does where he extends his leg, because Joe Rogan kicks like that also, and then he leaves his leg out there. That's the equivalent of in boxing doing a punch on a heavy bag and keeping your hand out there like that. Like you throw a power shot and boom. No, you need to whip it. Whip it. Here, pop, right? Also, another thing this kid's doing wrong is with boxing. He doesn't turn his hips. He's got the hip movement all messed up. In one video, he said that it's impossible to keep this foot straight and bring a roundhouse kick this way. Well, what am I doing now? I'm doing what you say is impossible, bro. Look at my leg. I'm not pivoting this foot at all. It's impossible for you because you can't do splits. So these are the mistakes he's making. Now I'm gonna get to the spinning kick. The spinning kick's a big one because he does the same thing. He takes off like this, creates momentum with his hands, okay? But that's not the worst of it. The worst part of it, in my opinion, is that when he spins, he tends to he tends to bring this hand up here like this, and then he kicks and he has this hand way low. So he brings this hand around like this in a weird way, and he has this hand low, and when he brings the leg around, he literally has this entire side open and comes up with his head up. So I'll try to copy it. I'm not sure if I can even do it right because he does it so wrong. Something like this. He kicks something like that. I've knocked out a lot of people that kick like that. You should never leave this side open. When you throw a wheel kick, watch guys. Here, I'm covering myself and I'm leaning back. I'm putting this arm in front of my face and this arm too. Like I'm backing up. I'm not like, if you miss like that and you go up with your face like that, you'll get knocked out. Like all I have to do is wait for the spin kick to be here, and as soon as it's about to hit me, at that moment I don't even need to duck. I just throw my own spin kick. With my own movement, I already moved my head out of the way, and then you're knocked out. It's horrible technique, the wheel kick. He thinks he does a good wheel kick, but it's bad. It's really bad, especially the whole arm movement he's doing. Every time he kicks, he's like telegraphing. He talks about other people telegraphing at a worse level than him, but he's also telegraphing. Like if you take it to a master level, he's definitely telegraphing like a lot. Now, another thing, the only time you should step with a kick is when you're actually doing a full step. So if I'm right here and I'm gonna do a spinning back kick, I can step with this leg forward and then throw it. But then still, even then, after I step, it's the same technique. I'm not taking that step in between them either. I'm going straight towards the target. So you want to kick from here, boom. From here, boom. Same thing on the other side. You're here, boom. You don't want to overturn the hips. It's just, that's not a spinning back kick. That's a spinning side kick. Think about it, guys. It's logical, right? Spinning back kick. My back is facing you. Spinning side kick. I'm going all the way sideways. This stuff is almost logical, guys. But the funniest part,